Hey guys, it's Dave again. Welcome back again. Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel that is Chaos and Insanity reigns supreme. So, we got a little bit of an update. Now, if you guys recall, and I apologize if this is the first time you're tuning in to our channel, I'm going to leave links in the previous video about the previous videos that I'm going to refer to here. Now, a while back I did an unboxing review of a few of the Hasbro Lightning Collection, the Power Ranger Lightning Collection 2-packs. Both the SPD Blue, the A Squad versus B Squad, and also Power Rangers in Space 2-pack Andros Red Ranger versus Astronema. Now that one, the Andros and Astronema had a lot of paint issues, a lot of paint application issues. Just some poor quality all around, at least in my personal opinion. That's just me. I did a whole video on this, and I even went so far, because my concern is, if I have that many defects, there's the potential for other people out there to have those defects. So I actually took it a step further. I actually emailed Hasbro. I actually went to Hasbro's website for their customer service issues, which is actually consumercare.hasbro.com. So if you guys have some, QC issues, some issues with your Power Rangers, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, I mean, literally, there's a whole laundry list. Anything made by Hasbro, if you want to reach out to their customer service, it's going to be consumercare.hasbro.com. I'm going to throw that in the description below as well. I reached out to them. Basically, there's a little thing where you go through a process of creating. Now, you can start at the regular website, which is where I start at HasbroPulse.com. I look up their customer service. I followed the steps, and eventually I had to create a one-time user account. And then they created a ticket. I basically submitted what I believed was the issue. I typed an email, basically, sent it to them. Now, it did take them a while to get back to me, a little more than a month, but that's because it was the holidays, I'm sure. Okay? So I reached out to them, and via email, I had a correspondence with a very helpful customer service rep. She basically said that, she apologized for the issues. What they could do was one of several scenarios. First one was, I could keep the figures as is, and they could send me something of equal value. Another option was they could do a refund, and I would just send my figures back. So there was that option. So I went with the first one. I figured something of equal value. So that's what happened. I just got it today. Big brown box. The only thing that really said on it was Milton Bradley, so I assumed that was Hasbro. I opened it up. Now, mind you, I had a 2-pack, 2-figure pack, and they sent me this. The Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Draken Evo 3. I am not disappointed, guys. I have not opened this up yet. As soon as I opened up the box, pulled out the tissue, I saw this, and I was like, holy shit. Now I haven't actually gone on a website to see if this is actually equal value, so I'm actually gonna do that right now. Sorry about this. Try not to make these videos as long as they have been. I know the last video I did was like an hour long, and I apologize for that, guys. I'm still trying to get the initial hang of this whole thing, so yes, I've been making some videos since the summer, but I'm still $49.99. Now, I bought the 2-pack for retail of $39.99, but they didn't have another pack available of the Space Andros Red Ranger and Astronema. So she said, well, I can't send you another one of those. We don't have it in stock. But what we will send you, I don't know what it is, but the warehouse actually makes that determination depending on what they have in stock. So I got this. So that's a little bit of an upgrade I got. I'm not complaining. So I'm actually going to do a fresh unbox of this. And I thought it was really cool, one, that they were able to accommodate me in that fashion. I can still keep the figures on display. Now, I actually have a friend who has one of these, and he says it's his favorite Power Ranger item, at least as far as what Hasbro's done. So this is a nice, well, semi-transparent, I guess. You can kind of see what's in there, but it's got a frosted look on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this open. Like I said, this actually retails for $49.99 on Hasbro Pulse's website. So I am not complaining. Now, you guys know I'm an out-of-box collector, but I will actually be saving this box because it's just oh so nice. So we got the nice little cover here. Got a nice little shattered morphin grid art going on here. Because those that aren't familiar with Lord Draken, he's an alternate universe version of Tommy who never left being evil. He stayed evil, so much so that he pretty much went on and took everything over. So this is for ages 4 years and up, but let's be honest, I mean, so many adult collectors went on this. I mean, it's just plastic sheath over here. So we have a nice little display here. Let's actually lower the camera so you see less of me and more of the figure. That's why you guys are here anyways. To see the items, the collectibles, and not me. So, here we are. We got a nice little, you can see some tints where we see our darker print, I should say. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger logo, lightning strike. We have some tape on the sides here. Oh, this actually includes a, looks like a Shattered Grid comic in here. So that's kind of cool. I might try and get my hands on something, or I might actually open this up. I do not know. So on the bottom we have your basic legal print, UPC. We got a nice little art of Lord Draken in his black costume, his black uniform. Because the basic figure that I actually have is Draken in his white uniform. So let's open this up, guys. What do you say? Let's get MacGyver and cut through the tape. Very, very nice. So it slides right out. Nothing in the bottom of the box. There you go. I'm going to set the box aside, keep that nice and together. We got our legal papers taped to the bottom, of course. Now this is going to be interesting on how I actually take this out, because we got the lightning, the little Green Ranger energy, basically power effect here. We got Draken right there with his black gear, more grayer hair. I'm not sure what the symbol is right here because I personally have not read the Boom comics. I know I really need to get on that. So let's actually see what's going to be the best way to do this. There's tape right here on the sides, right here and here. So I'm just going to cut through that to help open this up. I want to keep this intact as best as possible. More tape up here. I'm actually going to pause you guys for a moment while I get him unpackaged, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I got the sides open. Basically, there's little tabs here. I just had to free the tape off the tabs, so this would just come out nice and flat like this. So it looks like we got more than one effect here. We got one big effect here. Looks like there's a base that holds the helmets right on there. And then, of course, we have Draken himself. Let me see if I can pull him right on out. Now we have some little plastic things holding his legs down, holding him in place. Hope you guys can still hear me pretty well. We're going to pause you guys again, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We finally got everything situated now. So, I will say a word of advice. Because of the plastic that holds everything in, the cape does detach off of his back. That's the only way you can get this actually off. There is a little bit of a little scratch, but this is on the back side of his cape, so it's really not going to show that much. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, that could be filled in with a little bit of plastic. And I've heard of some people saying that there's an aftermarket cape you can get, because this is just molded kind of soft plastic. So, but here he is, Lord Draken. This looks slightly more aged and more beaten than the regular Lightning Collection in the white costume. And obviously this is a slightly different shield. So I imagine this has to do with storylines inside the Boom Comics book. Here's another interesting thing. His belt, I don't know if this belt is movable, but no, it's molded on his bottom part here. The belt is actually put to the side, whereas normally we have a morpher that's right dead center. His is actually on the side, unless this just isn't moving yet. But I mean, this looks like it's actually, I don't know if you guys can see it here, it looks like it's really molded onto him. So, but what's interesting is he doesn't come with Dragon Dagger. He's got Saba. There we go. I mean, the sculpt on here is just insane. I mean, he's got like veins going across both sides of his face here. And he looks like he's more aged, like further down, like years down the line from what we've glimpsed in mass media, I should say. But he looks pretty badass. I actually like this black suit with the red trim. It really does pop. Another thing is his helmet. With the black scheme, I mean, this just, it looks really sick, guys. I mean, this is fantastic. I really haven't given it too much scrutiny because, well, I got this for free, so I'm not going to be complaining, even if there were some defects, but the paint looks on point. And I like the little fangs coming up from the bottom. You guys can see it right there. Now, he comes with a few more accessories. He's got this base here with like fractured, shattered helmets. We got Trini's helmet, which is just completely cracked and disheveled. I mean, they really did some amazing applications on here. Personally, I wish they would release helmets like this so you can have some battle damage helmets that would fit right onto the Rangers. These do these come off? I think these come off. So we could probably take, let me see, I don't want to, yeah, these come right off. So if you got the regular Rangers, you can actually give Jason or Rocky a nice little battered helmet look. And this looks, I mean, this looks pretty awesome. Heaven forbid Hasbro, if you're listening, I mean, give us an option to, like, you do the I shouldn't say crowdfunding, but you do the little you know you do like you propose a special project, and if you get enough backers, you actually move forward with it and give it as an sell it as an option. We want some, take some old defects helmets and just shatter, give them some battle damage like this, and we will jump on this. Now, this really, looking at this alone makes me want to get the comics, because why do we only see these 4 helmets? Why don't we see Black and Blue Ranger? Which makes me really think, like, did they escape Draken's Wrath? Like, why don't we have all those helmets there? And obviously, if this is here, then obviously he's taken out whoever was the Green Ranger, or possibly this is an alternate dimension Tommy. So this here makes me want to get the comics and read it now. I really want to know what goes on. I mean, just the quality. I mean, doesn't that just look freaky? I mean, that looks amazing right here. Now, there's a little slot in here, which I imagine is probably, we could probably put, well, Saba doesn't sit in there correctly, so I'm going to have to find out what actually goes in here. Now, we get a couple different lightning effects here. None that show any kind of tab, at least not that I've found so far, that would fit perfectly in there to give this an effect. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research online. I mean, this is one big awesome effect right here, guys. I mean, this looks insane. I know I say that a lot, but I mean, like, you could pose. I'm trying to see how this would. I imagine we could probably do this where maybe this is being covered somewhat. Maybe like something like this. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to go about this. Or maybe, because this one has kind of an opening. I'm not sure. I'm terrible when it comes to these energy effects. But Draken right here is, I mean, it's basically your basic Ranger limbs. Same hinges, wrist. Now, you do get 2 extra wrists with this. So that's pretty awesome. But I mean, like, just, this is like, it's not really a black. It's like a dark gray. Like a charcoal. It looks pretty awesome. Now, as far as attaching the cape, you have 3 tabs here. You do kind of have to lift up his hair. His little, I'm a badass, deal with it kind of hairdo. There we are. We got Draken right there with his evil flowing cape, looking like a badass. I mean, I'm gonna have to play around with some of the poses here, but I mean, just that alone, and his helmet is, that's Billy Badass. I don't care. This is Billy Badass right there. Honestly, Hasbro, heaven forbid someone from Hasbro is watching this channel, because in my original email to them, I did actually include links so they could actually see the defects that I was pointing out in my initial video. I mean, not for nothing. I wasn't saying, hey, look at this. I was just trying to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I mean, compared to my words I had in my email. So I wanted to give them proper context, so that's why I did that. I mean, this is awesome. Maybe something a little bit bigger, like if they could have had like just something a little bit more, a little bit bigger, so like something to allow us to peg him in, so it's all like one little big stone piece. So this is like one big display. I'm gonna have to play around with this. Now, one option I have is always to put everything back in a box and to leave it displayed like that. That is a thing I could do. I'm debating that. I might. I mean, he's standing pretty level on his own here, guys. Even if I do the shake, I'm shaking this, as you guys can see. He's not going anywhere. He's probably one of the most stable figures we've had, and that could be because of the cape. The cape is pretty sturdy, and that could be holding him up, which is not a bad thing. The cape doesn't, it's not 100% on here. I may have to take his head off and really do a proper peg. Because you get three pegs here, and they are just like that soft material. So I think it's part of it. Okay, I think I see where I was messing up before. Because the pegs almost have to kind of like hook in a little bit. There we go. Now his shield is pretty loose on here. I mean, I shouldn't say loose, but it's very movable, very malleable, which makes you think that you could potentially take it off if you wanted to. Not that you really would want to. I'm going to pause this for a second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. I wanted to get the cape on there better, and it does go on a little bit better if you take his head off. And now we decided to throw this on with his helmet. Now he does look badass with the helmet, but I'm almost thinking the head looks better. His regular head looks better on here. Very cool, very menacing. I'm going to have to play around with the energy effect to see what's going to be the best way to display him. But I mean, the Saba on here is pretty good detail. I mean, just by the look of it, it looks like maybe this was a precursor to the White Ranger. You can actually see Saba's eyes in here. Don't know if the camera's going to pick up on that. It may not. That's the thing about the C922. You're basically relying on the autofocus. But you can see the reds of Saba's eyes. Pretty good detail. I mean, could be a little bit better, but that's just nitpicking right there. Nothing a little bit of a paint application would hurt. Nothing. I'm still curious. I really think that this little groove right here has to be for either energy effect to go into, or somehow Saba fits into it in some shape or form. But I'm thinking I'm wrong. I mean, you can stick Saba in there. That is a thing you could do. But I'm thinking something else goes in there. I'm probably just missing it, guys. I'm not gonna make you guys sit here while I'm doing this. But here we are. I mean, you know, sometimes writing an email, calling a customer service line will help you guys out. Here we are. I mean, I had those defects. I wrote them in an email. They reached out to me. They say, hey, we can do this, this, or this. They gave me 3 options. I went with one of them, and I came ahead with this. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the outcome, guys. Like I said, I'm going to throw in all the links below. The links to the previous videos. And also, like I said, the link to not only Hasbro Pulse, but also to the customer service. So if you have an issue, if you have a problem with a figure, an item that you've purchased through Hasbro, Milton Bradley, or any of their subsidiaries, reach out to them. You know, it may take some time, but they're going to come through for you guys. Now, this video is not sponsored in any way by Hasbro. I bought that 2-pack at a Target in Niagara Falls, New York, just outside of Buffalo, and that's what happened. I wasn't thrilled with it, but also if I'm having this issue, I knew other people would have the same kind of issue, so I wanted to make you guys aware of it, and I wanted to try to do a little something to see You know, can there be any justification? Can there be any justice? You know, as a customer, as a consumer, I was wronged. I wanted to see, could anything be fixed in some shape or form? I would have been happy with a new set, but they just happened to not have them. So here we are. I got the Lord Draken Evo, and I cannot be happier, guys. So there we are. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. But if you guys have any questions, any thoughts, any concerns, feel free to leave your comments in the section below. Again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Leave some comments in the description below. Leave some comments in the comments section below. If you have some criticisms about how I do the video, or possibly some criticisms or some suggestions of what you want me to do next, please feel free to do so. And also, you can always reach out to me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. That's my email address for the channel. And until next time, as always, keep on busting, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.